Joe, just summarize the experience that you had here, man. I know that coming into it, you were a little, concerned about whether it was the right thing to do or not, but it seems like you kind of bought into it over time. Talk about this experience.
I love this shit. This was one of the most like rich, great, challenging, rewarding experiences I've had. Especially in my career, was something that I just needed. Like I've experienced so much in this career. This life has given me like so much just through the travel, through the wins, the losses, the emotions, the ups, downs, meeting so many people. But this is an experience I couldn't have even really thought of that like, oh, this is what I need. But just as I was doing it, I knew it like, this is exactly what I need. Like this team of guys, these new relationships, just the challenge, the reward, the perspective I got to look at the sport through. You could almost like, everything I've gotten out of the sport, I could almost like get more out of it because I could look at it from another perspective, not as like, hey, this is all about me. It's like about these guys. But as doing that, you kind of teach them how you would like to be taught or tell them what you would like to be taught. And then you learn a lot about yourself. Like, oh, why am I saying that? Because that's how I want to fight, or that's how I would like to be trained or something. And just the relationships I built were also priceless. I'm still training with, a few of the guys, keeping relationships with them. But just like I said, the rich experience that we had on the show, like it took over my life. It was crazy. I couldn't talk to like shunned aside friends, family, real life, everything. And would wake up early, like before my alarm every day to get in there. And I'm known as being 5 minutes late to practice every day. And woke up before my alarm to get over to the gym. So it was outstanding, man. I honestly can't say enough about it, just fortunate.
Had to be hard, though. I mean, you're training guys that are basically trying to take your spot in the organization. So I wonder, A, is that a difficult position to be in? And B, does it make you start thinking, well, the next generation's here, is my generation done?
Yeah. You know what? That was like obviously a thought at the beginning, but when you get into it, there's no real room for that because you're not going to fight 16 guys, so might as well throw that out the window. Like, I'm not going to fight all 16 of these guys. If I fight one of them, two of them, it'll be for the title, it'll be this. If they can beat Demetrius, more power to them. Like, this is already happening. Let's just get into it, do my best I can do. Like, this is my job now. It's already happening. If somebody can beat Demetrius, more power to them. But I'm here. If I can help them, even better. But, yeah, you don't really have time for that. There wasn't a time on the show where I thought, oh, I might fight this guy, or what does he look like, or what does he look like? Because it's like, I'm not going to fight all 16 of these guys. Let's just help them and do what I'm here to do and have a good time. So it was different. Like, those were thoughts before, but when you're in it, the reality of it, it takes you over, or it took me over anyway.
Along the way, you're getting ready for a fight for Henry Cejudo. Wonder, what kind of insight you gained. It didn't seem like you two guys got along that well. It didn't seem like, any fences were mended or bridge. I mean, so talk about kind of what you learned from it, what the experience was like, spending that much time around it.
Yeah. I just realized, like, not liking him was warranted. Like, I went on and I was maybe like, all right, maybe this guy's not going to be bad or whatever. We're going to compete. I'm going to see him for 6 weeks. But I went on. I was like, yeah, I definitely don't like this guy, for a reason. Total opposites, I feel. And, yeah, so that was that. The thing about the show is, we were worried about 8 other guys succeeding, not necessarily our fight. So we're in a competition, coaches challenging. You want to pick the better guys. You want your fighters to win. And that's all great. And I feel I buried them in every aspect of the competition on the show. My team did anyway. So, but it was all a watered down version of a competition, which every sport is, like a fight is the purest form, like everything else is like, oh, well, let me get some other guys, we'll shoot baskets over you. I bet I can run faster than you or something. Like, this is the purest form. So we're in a watered down version of the competition. My guys are competing, he's competing, little mind games, obviously the golf challenge, where I guess now everyone's calling me El Tigre, which is weird. It's like tiger in Spanish, I guess. But now it's like the purest form of competition. We get to fight. So personality, character, all that aside, we have to fight. So you have to look at him as a fighter, as an athlete. So other than that, it was cool, to build up and kind of build like that. Like, once again, just a different experience that, like, I hadn't experienced before, is like hanging out with the dude for 6 weeks before I was going to fight him and competing but not competing,
I know as your career has progressed, you said the way that you've been able to relax and enjoy it is not think about titles, not think about what it matters, but a lot of people look at this fight and saying, this is the #1 contender fight. Interesting, because you guys have both fought, DJ, so a few wins. I just wonder how you're looking at it. I mean, I know you don't get too caught up in it, but are you looking at this as a #1 contender fight?
Yeah, I mean, I feel I'm always number one contender. Like, I'm always the next guy in line. Skill-wise, I'm right there. I could fight, DJ any night, and it'd be an amazing fight. I feel I can beat him any given night as well. So, it's not really a thing about skill. It's about going out and making other people think it's a number one contender fight, making other people think like whoever wins this, the media, the bosses, the fans even, there's a whole side of fans like, oh, we would never want to see that third fight. But, as many of those as you can turn over after an impressive performance or six impressive performances to say, dang, well, we might as well. It's going to be an amazing fight either way, which that's what I'm saying. Is like you got two of the best fighters in the world, pound for pound, going at it. Like we can do it 10 times. Every fight's going to be amazing, and no telling who's going to win. Like you got two of the best fighters, so it's just about having everyone else. I know my skills there, and it's going to be an amazing fight every night. But I guess talking everyone else into that part of it is another part of the job I have to do.